Welcome, fellow fans and collectors, to another Transformers unboxing, and also a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles unboxing. Today we have Party Wallop from Transformers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2024 Collaborative. Before we begin, I have a comment. This box, in my opinion, is ugly. It is... I just don't like it. It's ugly. When I first saw it on the shelf in the store, I thought someone had returned or damaged one in the store, and I had picked it up and realized that was just the packaging. So you have like the G1 Transformers box here being torn up, overlapping the grid for the box. It's like they did this on purpose. They wanted it to look like the two properties boxes were like torn apart and taped together. So like you have the G1 Autobot grid behind the Party Wagon here, which is a product shot for the figure. Party Wallop is an Autobot by Hasbro. So yeah, it's kind of weird. It's ugly. I don't know if it really works. Plus, it's a bubble box, so like they brought in it's half box, half carded bubble, but bubble on card, and the bubble is like it's turtle shell shaped. It's a it's to emulate like it's a hexagonal turtle shell, but it just kind of stops off here, and there's little wires on it and stuff. It's an interesting box, but I still think it's ugly. On the back we have this. Once more we have a tearing. Then we have product shots. 40 years of Turtles. We're also celebrating 40 years of Transformers this year. They're referring to 40 years of Turtles by the Mirage Comics Teenage Mutant Turtles, the comic book. And 40 years, of course, 1984 was Transformers, so that's 40 years ago. Legal on the bottom, more Turtles ripping through the packaging. I don't know if I saw it before. Mine is a little like messed up here. It's like got some like lines there. Then here on the bottom we can see that we can change some parts and make this into any of the 4 turtles, which is cool, which makes you want to buy 4 of them, which I totally might have done. Then we have some show the accessories here on the side, which are the Turtles accessories, just roboticized. It's interesting. I don't know if it works. Like it's trying to be half and half, and it just makes it look super ugly. But that's my opinion, and if you're entitled to yours as well. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about this box. I mean, I love that the Turtles are being goofy in this, but it also has like nothing to do with like the Playmates packaging, other than that it's a carded bubble. And this is just gonna be horrible to like open up and store anywhere. That's why you gotta buy 5. So you have one to keep in package. I don't know. So let's get the opening up. While I'm opening up, please hit that like button if you enjoy my videos, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. That will help the channel grow, be more noticed, have more people view it, etc, etc, etc. This particular item, everything, it's like everything in one of this channel. Teenage Mutant Turtles, Transformers, things I grew up with, things that I think are awesome. And look at that, it's yeah, it's just kind of a box wrapped around a carded bubble. Here we got some stuff in the back here. We got instructions, which we may or may not need, and this piece of garbage we can't escape. All right, so let's get to looking at this box. I'm not saving this. I don't know why I'm being so picky. I used to save the turtle boxes packaging and like make a scrapbook out of it. But if we look at this, I guess how we're supposed to open this up, like if we're gonna be neat about it, we have these here on the back. Forget what else was like this. That was a pain to open up. But then you still have it taped to the front, so you still end up doing that. So there, it's all ripped apart. I'm happy. Are you happy? I'm not. I don't like this packaging. It's a good thing I don't write the packaging or keep the packages. So we're gonna start unboxing. So that looks like the spoiler to the back of the turtle van. The party wagon, or in this case, Wallop. Party Wallop. Such a weird name. There is the front of the... I'm just going to call it the party wagon. I'm sorry. Or the turtle van. And it looks like that's going to be a shield because we have our little knobby knob here. 5mm peg. Which we'll get to later. And then we have some weapons here. We have some Leo's swords. I'm not a sword expert. I don't know if they're katana. I don't know if they're Watsusashi or anything like that. But two of them, they look to be identical swords in gray plastic. All right, let's pull this out, and then the rest of the accessories just kind of fell here, so we're just gonna pull them out there. We're gonna flip this around. Like here, you know what? I'm gonna pull this out, and just so you know, I totally didn't buy 4 of them. Yeah, totally didn't buy 4. So we're just gonna have that for reference there. So let's look at the rest of the accessories. Here is, ooh, that popped off. So right there is I guess Donatello's bow staff. We have Mikey's nunchucks with a plastic chain. We got 2 of them. 2 sai, which more look like just pointing daggers or kunai than sai. This thing, which goes on top of the party wagon. I had the original party wagon when I was a kid, so this reminds me of like the accessories that come with it. Like this, they had this little radar dish on top, which is that. Then we have, of course, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle logo on front of the van that looks like them. On the turtle shell, and then pizza on the back. I don't know why there's pizza on the back. Okay. And then, of course, looks like it goes right here. Like so. Giving the turtle van its nose. Then we have alternate tops to the heads. Raph, Leo, Don. Lighting is a little off today. Donnie. And, of course, Mikey. And they're just basic robot heads, scalps. Alright, up next we have the, let's get him out of his plastic package. That's enough of the accessories. Careful not to cut the paint. This does have some thick cartoony paint on it. Come on. There we go. All right, so that's out of there. Now let's have a look at this guy. Number 1, that's not sitting right. There we go. All right. So he's a turtle robot. I'm over here. Why am I over here? This is a turtle robot. Turtle robot. Shell. It's got a little bit of weird spiral plastic there. It's not really. It's got gold. It's got some metal flake in there, so it is slightly spirally. Hopefully, that doesn't break down. The yellow is also slightly spirally. That's probably not going to show up on camera because it's barely seen in real life. There we got some heavy cartoony paint there, reminiscent of NECA's paint jobs. This is not a NECA affiliated figure at all, like most of my Turtles reviews. As we see, he comes with a green naked dome and no badge. So to swap these guys out, we're gonna pop off the head like so. It's just horrible. And then we'll grab my favorite turtle right here, Donnie. And oops. And we can just pop that right on his head. Oh, and one more thing. This lifts up here, and we can switch to different belts. So we had the D, the L, the R, the M. So they really want you can make your weird character. This is Micatello. I don't know. We'll give him the D. That doesn't sound right. That's Donnie. Donnie. D for Donnie. Donatello. Voila. Now there's the joints here are weird in the legs. It's hard to give him to like pose properly. Number one, these are huge and bulky. These thigh things. Give him the samurai look. Now for the generic one, you can also take this and pop this right here. So he's just Wallop. I don't know what kind of backstory they're going to have for these, if they're going to have any. But we have some options. And I'm wondering, this here, I guess it just pegs on the back. And that's off for no reason whatsoever other than packaging. So some assembly is required. If we just put, give them whatever weapons we want. 5mm pegs, interchangeable. No guns. Now, there is some... Let's get to articulation first. So the head is on a ball joint. So he does have some up-looking ability, down-looking ability. But he has this huge chest, so he's not going to be looking down very much. Of course, the backpack is in the way. The shell... At least the game of shell, that's pretty cool. Is in the way. And like most turtle toys, that also impedes the shell anyway. Impedes mobility of the arms. Ball joints, no. We got an elbow swivel, which is not common. And this thing here, this samurai flap, also impedes movement a bit. But we got an elbow joint, that much crunch. We can do backward bend. And then the hands are on a mushroom peg. Nicely sculpted, by the way, except for that part. That's hollow. And that's another thing. These guys, I noticed that right out of the package. Hollow. Look at that. Hollow. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, I mean it's for a leader class price point. It's awfully hollow. I mean, it's just under leader class, so it's like one of those in between classes where it's in between Voyager and leader. It's a pretty big figure. What else we got going on here? Oh yeah, let's lift the arms. We can get about that far if we stretch them out. We can't get any higher, I don't think. Nothing purposeful, and we can do that little bit of wiggle there. We do got a waist swivel, and we got a backwards ab crunch because of the transformation, looks like, but no forward ab crunch. Like I said, these guys are not gonna be looking down, and these things are just a huge pain. I just feel like they should have been on ball joints, but then they probably would have been popping off everywhere, and it feels like the legs aren't arranged properly because they don't. One of those things where this boot piece, lower it down a little bit. This boot piece here is way too far back. Like that hollowness gives him awkward proportions. So when you're trying to even just stand him, you're instinctually trying to move him a little bit. I mean, that's a good pose right there. Right there is a good solid upright pose. That's probably the best I've gotten so far messing with this right now. Kicking forward, we got that far. Back, you got that far because I'm peeping into this. I mean, you could mess with this and change that a little bit, but it would also break the character appearance. Side kick. We got a thigh swivel with that huge joint there, giving a little bit of awkwardness. I mean, it makes him look more like a robot at least. Like, I wish I would give us a metalhead head with like yellow. That would have been cool. Got the knee joint. That wants to untab. Once more about that much of a kickback because some improvement. Do we have rocker? We got a rocker. Cool. We got any toe movement? No. We have some heel movement, but I think that's part of the transformation there. So, oh, and that popped off. Okay. That popped in really easily, too. We got snap there. We got some ratchets here. They don't really sound, but I can feel them ratcheting. Now, I do like that bit of detail right there in the armpit. That mechanical detail. Like I said, it would have been neat to be like a metalhead. Give him a metalhead. Third parties get me on a metalhead top. Because all we need is that, and we're all set for metalhead. And with transformation, I guess we can do like weird things like that because of the transformation there. He looks good. I mean, other than the hollowness, I mean, he's gonna lose a point for hollowness for me. There's no model on him, so he's automatically a 5 with whatever. I don't like this as much. It makes him look fat. But I guess if we were gonna go with the 4 turtles in like mech suits in headcanon, and then we're gonna go, you know, one by itself is Party Wallop. That would make sense as to have that chest there. But just the mechanical turtle appearance that they have underneath here is pretty good. And then this, we'll just pop that out there. We're gonna use that as a shield. Come on. There we go. So there we go. He has a shield. That keeps one coming tabbed. Okay. But it's not bad. Not bad. Oh, other thing in this mode, there is storage for the weapons. So we can store the weapons. So Mikey's nunchucks can go there. Raft size can go here. And on the other side, I'm not going to do both. The bow staff. Oops. Man, that pops off way too easy. The bow staff stores here in the back. as well as the other heads can store right there. So we can pop them like so. 2 layers, whatever order you want. So the other tops of the head. So everything can actually store in bot mode. Other things we need to store. What do we have to? We did the size. We did the bow staff. Stay tabbed in, please. Oh, and the swords. And the swords will go there when not in use. Now, all this gear gives it a proper... Oh, I guess we should pop that in place, right? I don't think that has any use in bot mode. I think it was just stored there for some reason. Probably for packaging purposes. Keep his other weapons aside here. So yeah. That's pretty much it for the robot mode. Yeah, I don't really know how these are supposed to go. We can put them all the way up here. And that looks... I don't know. Little nitpicky things. Good sculpt. And that fell off. Oh well, they're just weird 5mm, 5mm? Maybe 5mm long pegs. So they probably will pop into... Ooh, will they pop into here? They will most certainly not. Looks like they're just under 5mm pegs. Alright, whatever. Transformation. So everything can store right here, and you can transform it with everything together. So right now we're going to work on transforming him from this to this. I totally did not buy 4 of these. So here we go. First off, let's pop off the shield. Fold these up. Fold these up. Let's start with the feet, as I always do. Tires go up. That piece pops back down. Voila. Now we're gonna take off that. We can't transform him with those weapons on, but they do have storage in vehicle mode. Everything else can stay on. That's what's awesome. Next step. Let's unfurl the backpack here. Pop that down, pop that down. Let's flip the head down. It is down. Next, we are going to... Oh, let's do the little arms first. We're going to move the arms back. Make sure they're firmly underneath. Side, back. Down there. Set there. Make sure it's firmly underneath dead center. Now, we can't lift that up. Yeah, there's a very specific order to this. There we go. Now we can put those up. There we go. And as we see here, we've got to make sure it's lined up properly. These cannot be misaligned. So we're going to peg them into, there's little pegs right there. Hold them shut, and we're going to pull the arms back. So when it's all said and done, those should peg in. Peg in. All right. They should peg in. We can lower them for now. Next step is to pull this bit out. Now we can move that back. Flip these down. We can connect the 2 halves of, well, the 2 windows of the van here. Point it straight back like so, and there's a peg right there. So that pegs right into there. Everything else doesn't have to be pegged in just yet. So now we can fold these down. These pop out. Oh, that popped out a little too much. So that opens up like so. And that's gonna open up like so. Yay, wings. All right, so we can pop that. Oops, one other thing. One more thing. That should have been on here first. Make sure that that is folded up. Make sure that's folded up. And then we can set that right like so. Next up, we're gonna move the feet down, connect them, pull that up, and that is gonna pop into that peg right there, finishing up our back of the van, that peg, and that peg from the spoiler. Is that a spoiler? The wing? I don't know what it is. Maybe I've been calling this wrong the whole time. So now we're left with this. Now, as we saw these move back and forth like so, we're gonna unfurl them, push the top one in, move this one back. This one here, I'm having trouble pegging that in because I'm not sure which is supposed to go where, but it doesn't want to sit flush. Then we can just pull that down like so. And it will all peg in if you just push down. It'll hold together nice and flat. All right, so then that's that side. Other side, same thing. We're gonna pop the wheel out, push that forward, peg it into that peg there. This peg is just for weapon storage. And then we're gonna take this, pop that back. That's gonna unpop because once more something seems a little weird about how you have to do this. It feels like you have to do it all at one time. Like, I've tried this first, and that peg pops into that peg there. But then, see that? I think it's how this is aligned here with the... That might be it. Maybe I'm just not quite aligning things properly. Because that has to be just right to fit over that bump there. And it still wants to pop out. But that has to be in first because that has to lock into that. And then that there. Yeah, it's like it all wants to go. It has to go one time. And after a little messing around, it should stay. I'm having a little trouble with this. Tolerance issues. Transformation is intuitive, but that is frustrating. It's getting... It's losing point for being a panel former here at the side. It's not a severe panel former. It's just that the panels don't line up properly. But there he is. Oh, one final thing. Lift those up. There he is in vehicle mode. If everything is popped in where it should be, he does roll pretty nicely. There's Party Wallop in vehicle mode. And I'm not going to do it, but here at the bottom is how it store the weapons. We see that the swords store on this tab right here. And the size peg right into the thighs. And that's the only thing that you really need to take out to transform him. Once more, I have no idea what the pizza does. That pizza bit that just went flying, no idea what that does. So let's talk final review as I transform him back. Come on, go on there. Start with the panels, hold them up. So, van mode. Start with alt mode. Alt mode It's got a 5. It's got a perfect 5. I love the alt mode. The alt mode looks just like the van. It's solid. No real problems once it's together. Solid. It's solid 5. 5. Bot mode would automatically get a 5 because there's no other thing that looks like this. But I'm dropping in points for hollowness. It's just how it's gonna be. So 4 for bot mode. That piece hugs into that there. That is such a weird. That's what's giving me all the problems with the transformation. Is that particular assembly point, transformation point. So yeah, transformation, intuitive. That's a 4. Only because of that frustrating panel bit. And price point, he's $50. Now, he's like 5 bots in one. He if you want to count, oops. I didn't snap it. Nope, didn't snap anything. If you want to, I can take that off. If you want to count the alternate heads as different modes, he's got 5 robot modes. Yes, count them 5. 5 robot modes. And that's ridiculous when I say that aloud. 5 robot modes. I'm gonna switch him to his Wallop mode. And 1 vehicle mode. So he's a 6 changer, which is pretty cool. 6 changer. I'm so glad that you're wearing like, yeah, we're gonna release. Well, I still bought 4. No, I totally did not buy 4. That goes on there like so. We just gotta fold that down. I can now peg into there. Shoulder pads like so. He's leader class. He's yeah, price point. Price point is worth it. The problem is you're going to spend a lot of money on these. Because you're going to be. I'm pretty sure you're going to buy more than one. If you want more than one turtle, or maybe you're just happy with it being Wallop. I don't really know how other collectors collect. I mean, I've army built. I'd say he's a 4 on price point. I think he could have been. It feels like he could have been like a weird price point, not leader class, not Voyager, just like his own $39.99 price point. I feel like he could have been that, and I feel like that would have been satisfactory. So we'll give him a 4 for that. I'm not going to be super picky with that. We'll just give him a 4. So when it all comes down to it, we got alt mode. Alt mode's a 5. Bot mode is a 4. Then we have transformation. That's a 4, only because of those floppy, annoying panels. Price point, we'll give it a 4. It's scoring pretty high yet. It's still like a 4.25 out of whatever. You don't need those swords. Yeah, it's still 4.25 out of 5. That's still not bad. Low 4, medium low 4. There's Party Wallop. So yeah, if you're a Turtles fan, if you're a Transformers fan, if you always want a transforming party wagon, get him. Neat new character. Neat bot. He's officially licensed, so. And I think he's more affordable than most of the third parties that do something similar to him. So there he is. My opinion. Get him. But at this point, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. If you are still watching, please hit that like button and subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. I come back with videos as often as I buy figures, which some say is too often and too many. But once more, and as always, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.